Hey YouTube, Gearrox97 coming at you with another Frogology. And guess who still doesn't have a tripod? If you guessed me, you would be correct. So if this thing starts shaking, my apologies, but yeah, need that tripod. So this Frogology is going to be Understanding Sea Lancer. I've done one Understanding Light and Darkness Dragon, Understanding Swap Frog. So it seems fitting for Sea Lancer because those three are pretty much the most confusing cards in any frog decks. Like, obviously this isn't just for frog monarchs. I mean, it is mostly frogs. So yeah, those are generally the most confusing cards that you get like the most questions asked on. So let's get a nice picture of Lancer there. Yeah, not the mat, the Lancer. So pretty much we'll get into this Sea Lancer. It's level 5 water, 1300 attack, 1000 defense. That 1300 attack is really important. Pretty much his effect is you can target any number of your banished sea serpent, fish, or aqua type monsters and equip them to this card. It can only be used once while it's faced upon the field. And if he would be destroyed, you can detach one of those banished things that are equipped to him to the graveyard, and he'll stay on the field. And when something's equipped to him, he gains 1000 attack. Not 1000 for each one like a lot of people seem to think and have questions about, but just 1000. So he'll go up to 23 if you even have 5. So he's really good because he's just an advantage gaining card. He just kind of let's say you have no cards in hand, but you have like 5 cards on field. 5 banished frogs. Like, okay, double poison and triple dupe, we'll say, and like 3 swap frog and grave, you know, because that's late game, obviously. And your opponent has like 4 cards, which would normally be +4. You draw Sea Lancer, you summon him, effect. You now have 6 cards on field, and you're about to draw 2 and search 3. Have a 5-card hand, all off this card, while they have to waste cards to get rid of it. Which is pretty much like so plus, it's ridiculous. He is just an advantage gaining card, and that is his main person. His main purpose is to gain advantage. And with a gotcha, he goes up to 27, so he can beat things like Ram and Agors, which is good because, you know, he won't die and he'll get a plus off of it. So yeah, he's really good for that aspect. He's also good because, like, his stats, having 1300 attack is really good. Obviously, back when Sangan was around, he was searchable, but we can't say that anymore because Sangan's gone. Sad. But Mother Grizzly and Salvage with this card is so good. Like Mother Grizzly, you set it, you have a bunch of banished frogs, and you have no boss monster. Mother Grizzly dies, you get him, you equip all your frogs on your turn, and you just went plus out of nowhere. And you can reuse him with Salvage, which is really ridiculous, because you don't have to just keep negging off the salvages. I mean, obviously you don't neg off the salvage, but if you pitch for Swap Frog, you're not really plussing off the salvage either. This is, with the salvage, is really ridiculous. So yeah, that's pretty much like general stuff about Lancer. A nice play you can do. Oh, yeah, I don't have a tripod, so I can't really like show you, but I'll explain it. Ooh, another thing why 1300 is good, before I get onto that. He can't be bottomless, which is really nice. So, not being bottomless is great. So, pretty much a nice play you can do with him is, let's say you have a swap and a dupe in hand, or a swap and another frog, it doesn't matter what frog. And you summon him, like 2 poison draws that were banished. And normally you could just, you know, beat to your opponent and eventually draw cards, but let's say you're in a tight spot and a Lancer's not really going to help you, and you more like need defense, you can pitch the frog, special swap frog, bounce Lancer back to hand, draw 2, because you will get your searches off of bouncing Lancer back to hand with swap frog. Draw 2, go Ronin into Gotchi, and next turn you can summon Lancer again. And if you got dupes instead of poison draws, then you can keep doing this play over again, and it just gains you quick advantage really fast, and it's a really good play. It's good to know anyway. Or if he's already been on the field once, you know, you have a Treeborn, or not Treeborn, you special Ronin after he's on the field, then special swap, then get pluses, and then normal summon again that turn. I mean, Swap Frog and this card together are so good. Decks you use this for right now are pretty much Lancer Frogs, which, you know, he does kind of give that his name. I mean, Sea Lancer. Can y'all see that effect? You know, I've never actually tried to focus this close with this camera, but it actually looks really nice. Anyway. No! Okay, and also a new deck that's getting, like, really good now and needs this card at 3 is Slushy. I have a Slushy version that plays 10 traps, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there. I'll be doing a deck profile of that soon. But he's really good in that deck as well. So, he has a lot of versatility. In Frog Monarchs, I side him for Macro Rabbit or anything that has removal or I need pluses against. Pretty much Macro Rabbit, I side one Sea Lancer because Soul Exchange their Dolka, Summon Lancer, equip all your banished frogs. They just went so neg, it's ridiculous. You pretty much win the game if you do that. Something to beware about this card is just like all things in frogs, it seems to be, you know, dupe frog specifically. There are ways for him to miss timing. You know, like one of your frogs on your back row get Raikou, I'm pretty sure it misses timing. But pretty much, like, if you heavy, all your frogs get the effect. I mean, if they heavy, sometimes they'll say, like, if you have 4 frogs, they'll say 3 missed timing. No, they all get the effects. And, you do not want to tribute Sea Lancer or synchro with Sea Lancer while he has stuff equipped unless you're not trying to get the pluses. Because the last thing to happen is the summoning of the monster that you're tributing Lancer for, or synchro summoning, so he will miss timing on all of his frogs. If I'm wrong on any of that, you know, just leave the comments. I don't think I'm wrong, because, you know, I've kind of played Lancer in a lot of things. But, you know, there are those times that I probably will screw up. Just throwing that out there. So, yeah, that's pretty much this Frogology. I'll probably be uploading one called You're Doing It Wrong soon. Hope you guys are looking forward to that. Even though I just said it, there's nothing really to look forward to yet, but the blabbering. So, yeah, also, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment on what you thought of this. I know I'm forgetting. Like this video, that's what I was forgetting. Okay, so, excuse me for my stuttering and probably the shaking of the camera, but this was EuroX97. Bye, YouTube.